Right then, welcome back to Nilsson Guitars. We are back on the SG build. So yesterday was a big day repairing the problems with the lacquer, the attempted lacquer finish. So how did I start out? I started out with a random orbital palm sander, attacking it. It's hidden under here. I'm going to do a big reveal in a minute because yeah, it's been quite a fun time. So sanded, started off with 400 grit disc, and that really was just warming up the lacquer and kind of flinging little beads of lacquer at me, of hot lacquer at my arms as I was trying to do it. So I sanded it to 120 grit, really stripped the lacquer finish off from the top and bottom of the front and back of the body. And the sides as best I could without, I didn't want to kind of gouge into the sides too much. Then took it then started hand sanding. Once you could see most of the lacquer was gone from the top, I then started hand sanding with 120, 240, then put some methylated and mineral spirits on it to raise the grain and clean it up a bit. Sanded it again to 240 because the grain had bumped up slightly. Then I started with the stain of, first of all, it was a dilute brown. So I took the full man's same brown stain that I used rather than apply it, in one, in its full strength. I diluted it down. While this is going on, you should be seeing pictures of this. And then I used the faded red brown that I'd used on the previous incarnation of the body. Then did that same red brown again, and then finally dilute brown. And you should be seeing those on screen. And then now, here we go. We're back. So we have an SG body that is not covered in horrible lacquer. So I'm really relieved that it's come back to this. It's only a cheapy kit, but it's never nice to fail epically at something. So it is, not covered with crusty lacquer down here. I think I will. I'm not going to attempt the waterborne lacquer again. What I've ordered is some aerosol nitrocellulose. So I'm going to spray it, and we'll go with that for now. See what we end up with. So in terms of colour match, I'm not sure. I'm in two minds. I look at pictures of it and I can't decide whether it's a better match than it was before, the same, or whether it's worse. But either way, it's not too far off. Hopefully this colour will come through. So it's not too far off. They're both a reddy brown. Let's spin that round as well, because that's probably more important, is the back and the back of the neck. So yeah, then they're not far off. Let's put them together. Stick them back together. The colour could also change when the lacquer goes on. So if you look at it like that, I don't think anyone's going to go, oh my goodness, they're different colours. This is definitely shinier. This is a rougher surface. This has got a bit more gloss on it. There's nothing been applied. It's just the way the wood is, I guess. The maple of the neck is just shinier when sanded back. So yeah, rescued, which is good. Rescued and ready for a finish. So what needs to be done? We need to wait for the nitrocellulose to appear, for the lacquer to turn up, and I need to put the decal on the headstock. So they're still undecaled, so I'll do that at some point. And yeah, I think we are nearly there. We're nearly ready for that. So as part of the Encore base build, I've realised that people put lacquer right up to the edge of the fretboard, on the side of the fretboard, which I just didn't really know what I was going to do there. So was looking for inspiration. I'm sure if I go and look at some other guitars that I've got, then I'd see, professionally made ones, not my ones. I would see that. So yeah, that's a good thing to know. So I just need to figure out how people. I assume it's kind of mask the fretboard off quite close, maybe just across the fret itself, and rather than leave the fret wire, because as soon as I do the finish, I guess as soon as I do the fret finishing, that'll all just chip off. Any lacquer that's sprayed on there should chip off. Yeah, so this is good. We are back in business, thankfully, on this build. So yeah, there's going to be a little bit of waiting for this lacquer to arrive, and for a nice day for going out in the garden and spraying it. With all the gear on, but yeah, relieved to have sort of got back from that horrific finish attempt. As I say, it's not, the product is not the problem, it was just the way I did it and the approach I took. So I will keep that lacquer in case I ever spray anything, or I see various things around the house that are wooden and could be lacquered. So I think of a natural wood finish. This stuff is going to be great. So there we go. Yeah, we will now pause a bit on this one, and we shall await the lacquer. So thanks very much for watching.